A scuffle erupted at Sangalo police station in Kanduyi after a police officer fired shots in the air to disperse angry residents protesting rising insecurity in the area. The residents, joined by Kanduyi Member of Parliament John Makali, had gathered at the station following a deadly early morning attack that left one security guard dead and 3 others injured just meters away from the police station. Locals accused police of negligence, saying officers failed to respond despite the incident happening nearby. They also demanded immediate transfer of officers, citing continued insecurity and lack of action. Bungoma South OCPD William Leting says investigations into the attack and the confrontation at the station are currently underway.
Saa 10:40 wakafika hapo, wakawakata watchman wangu na watchman mwingine wa jirani ambaye analinda maposters kule, pamoja wakaingia mule ndani, ambao wakaanza kukata ma TV. Wakatoka na TV mbili 65 inches Samsung na TV ingine Toshiba, nayo wakaiangusha chini, wakaipasua.
Still on matters internal security, leaders from West Pokot have condemned what they described as excessive force by security officers during an ongoing disarmament operation along the West Pokot-Turkana border. Led by Sigor Member of Parliament Peter Lokachapong, the leaders accused officers of using unlawful tactics, including killing livestock in the Masol area, an economic lifeline for local residents. They also raised concerns over alleged harassment of women in local markets, calling for an urgent review of the operation. The leaders insisted that while they support the removal of illegal firearms, the approach must not destroy livelihoods or turn civilians into victims.
Nguvu serikali inatumia isiwe ya lazima zaidi, kiwango ya kwamba na hata ng'ombe wamepikwa risasi, kuna ng'ombe wamewawa. Ng'ombe hawezi akashika punduki. Ng'ombe ni mnyama ambayo hana hatia, lakini polisi wetu kuenda kiwango ya kupika risasi mbuzi, kupika risasi ng'ombe na ngamia ni hasara kubwa sana.
The Kikuyu Council of Elders held ritual prayers over the disputed 58-acre Mau Mau historical site in Githunguri, warning against any development that could erase its legacy. Led by Kiama High Priest Ngoni, the elders conducted a traditional ceremony that included a sacred goat sacrifice seeking divine intervention over plans to establish an affordable housing project on the land. They insisted the site where Mau Mau fighters were executed in the 1950s must remain untouched, describing it as sacred and deeply tied to the sacrifices of their forefathers. To politics, where political tension and calls for unity are dominating conversations across the country. In Nairobi, a section of Luo leaders from Nyanza have criticized former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua over what they described as divisive and hostile remarks targeting the community. Speaking during a joint address, the leaders warned against dragging the Luo community into what they called dangerous ethnic arithmetic, insisting they will not be used for political convenience. In Western Kenya, UDA leaders in Bungoma, led by Stephen Buluma, have backed Party Secretary General Hassan Omar in opposing political zoning, saying it undermines fair competition, with local leaders and youth calling for parties to freely field candidates ahead of the 2027 polls. At the coast, Mombasa Governor Abdulswamad Sharif Nassir used a funeral in Kilifi to rally regional unity, linking it to growing momentum around Hassan Joho's national ambitions. The same funeral turned political as leaders allied to President William Ruto, including Kotu boss Francis Atwoli and Faruk Kibet, accused former President Uhuru Kenyatta of promoting tribal division, urging him to retire. Meanwhile, in central Kenya, leaders in Nyandarua are calling for calm following the death of Ol-Kalou Member of Parliament David Njuguna Kiaraho. Governor Moses Kiari Badilisha has urged residents to remain united and exercise restraint during the mourning period. In sports, Harambee Stars defender Eric Ouma is edging closer to a return to action after rejoining his club Rakow Częstochowa in Poland following a lengthy injury layoff. The 29-year-old left back has been sidelined for 9 months after suffering a ruptured Achilles tendon in August 2025, an injury that ruled him out of the current season. After completing part of his rehabilitation in Nairobi, Ouma is now set for final return to play assessments with hopes of resuming full training soon. However, he has ruled out featuring in the remaining matches of the season, opting instead to focus on full recovery ahead of the next campaign.
I think you have to be prepared for everything. You are beginning from zero. You are totally beginning from zero, not from 100 to 0. So you have to take your time, understand this moment, why is it like this? You understand your body, you adapt to the new ways of playing, you adapt to the new ways of how your body feels like. If you understand all of these things, you will manage through. So you will always feel like, why is it that other people are playing and I'm not playing? You don't have to worry about that. Football is a game of moments.
And that's it from the Eastleigh Voice News Desk. I'm Zainab Said.